So Charlie Bell on the back of what has been a seismic performance for Dons this afternoon, booking themselves a space in the semi-finals. Clinical finishing, masterclass, I think, really.
Yeah, was pleasing. I think we can only control ourselves, and I think that was the lead up into the week, and a lot of it was just play to our standards. I truly believe last season we probably would have seen a lot of turnovers in possession. We probably would have seen a lot of lost possession. But I think in these games you have to retain the ball for large spells to then get the opportunities. I think Penn and Tyler's did come here and make it difficult in terms of their shape and try and almost camp in and try and defend their half. So we had to know that we had to create moments with qualities. And I do truly believe the first 3 or 4 goals were real quality, and then they were followed by 2 great strikes from Nick Pepper and Nicole Pudick, and it was fantastic. But yeah, and then obviously then our kind of physical areas start to come or show more. Obviously, probably the contact time we have a little bit more than themselves. But again, it was just pleasing that we stuck to our principles, because we know that we didn't want to change or try and force things, because if that happens, then we take bad habits potentially into next week.
I say obviously today, 9 different goal scorers. I say obviously hat-trick for Laura Mitchell. I mean, how satisfying was that? Because obviously Laura's not had a lot of game time, I think, with injuries and things, getting herself into the starting lineup today. But again, Don's 4-0 up in 15 minutes. Being ruthless, but as you say, just picking their way through a very stubborn Penn and Tyler's for the first quarter of an hour, 20 minutes.
Yeah, and exactly that. And we did say at the start of the game that we didn't think that it was going to be the first 15-20 minutes. If we didn't score, then it wasn't a problem. We didn't know how it was going to present itself. But in the end, yeah, the 3 or 4 moments we did have, we did take and score. And again, it collectively shows the quality within the group. Laura comes in, and I thought again was performed really well. Ange's been away for a couple of weeks and then comes in and scores another couple. So yeah, I think you've got goals across the whole front 4-5, and that's not only from us. It's Leonie and Amy McLean dropping down with the 23s and having a fantastic result with them and impacting. So yeah, it's quite hard to pick a starting lineup in a front 4 at the moment, but I prefer it that way than scratching our head from goals.
Yeah,
where we were.
To have.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we've touched on this quite a few times this season, of goals all around, and you've said it yourself many a time that there's goals in that team. There's 9 different goal scorers. You've got defenders weighing in as well. Kerry Newman coming off the bench and getting one as well, and obviously the glee in her face. Some absolute worldies from Nicole and Gemma as well. But obviously the team are going to want to celebrate tonight. But then we've said this before, when there's been big wins, we did this after the Cheshire game, obviously a big win. But obviously eyes will be thinking next week's not going to be a walk in the park. It's going to be a tough prospect away at Ipswich. How do you? I mean, with obviously winning 11-2 in one game, but how do you go into next week on the back of a 17-0 win and obviously another clean sheet for Chloe?
Yeah, I think the most important thing for us is it's keeping to the same mindset and our values and our standards, and that's the biggest thing that we drive. And even like today, we might be the favourites. We probably go into next week with people looking at us as the underdog. So what we have to do is make sure that our values and standards we stick by, and that's by our training ability, coming in at training, showing quality within that. So I think that's really key for us. And then also it's making sure that we know that Ipswich being a full-time side, they're going to have a lot of preparation. So it's about then ensuring that the preparation that we put in, we show real high quality. And look, we know that an Ipswich side that lost their first couple, they've changed. They've kept 4 clean sheets in 5 games, gone away to an Oxford and kept a clean sheet. Got a point. So it's going to be a real tough game. But we now know that the hard work starts again. We enjoy tonight. We enjoy tomorrow morning. But like we always say, we go into Tuesday completely. Kind of that's wiped away, and then focus turns into that Ipswich game.
And so obviously good for the fans to have come up. Quite a few here as well today. But obviously a lot of people come through both games, because it mustn't forget, as you touched on it earlier, the under 23s maintaining their unbeaten record, 4 wins from 4, top of the table, and dispatching QPR, who was second place today. So there's obviously a good chance to see players from the next generation coming forward, and maybe a chance we saw Leonie Misselli and of course Amy McLean. And of course, Chloe Newsom featuring in for the under 23s today as well.
Yeah, and even Dar's dropping back into
Yeah,
that, and
of course,
obviously been involved with us the last couple of weeks. And that's what we wanted to show, the real pathway of the group and the excitement of the 23s coming through to that first team level. And it's been a really, really pleasing day. And I think for both sides, that and also the fans, I think at the end, even at half time, they could have easily gone away. And I think pretty much everyone stayed, wanted to still be part of it, clapped both sides off at the end. And that was really, really nice to see. So it is really pleasing when we have days like today where people can see that. And hopefully on the road again next week, if any can come down and then enjoy that occasion as well, and hopefully see a real hard working performance from ourselves again.